woman without limits. Woman, 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 woman without limits. Na 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 na. Woman without limits. Woman.
Norah Odweso is a mother, she's a sister, she's an auntie, and a community leader, and currently works as the Senior Director of the Social Impact at the Coca-Cola Company. She is based in Atlanta, Georgia. She leads the company's women's economic empowerment effort around the world. And she leads a team from over 100 countries on this. What an amazing woman. Her 23 years in corporate career spans across both finance and humanities. She has served on various commercial and non-commercial boards in Kenya as non-executive director, strengthening her ability to lead business strategy and deliver initiatives that protect and enhance business reputation, strengthen stakeholders' relationships while supporting revenue growth. As a woman, she is very passionate about impacting lives, and what she desires most is to make a difference and an impact on everybody that she ever meets. Widowed at a very young age, she has a story of loss and grief that I believe is gonna change your life even as you watch Woman Without Limits. So how long did it take you to now you've buried him? You know, how long did it take you now to accept that, yeah, this is my new normal?
It's hard. That's a hard question, because until now, sometimes I still look through the window and I ask, oh, when will Frank come back? 6 years later. The thing I would like to say is that you will manage through the process of grief. You can manage that process, but you never overcome the loss. So sometimes I wake up and I still have reservoirs of sadness and of emptiness. I still cry, but the waves are less intense. You know, the first 3 months, 4 months, up to 1 year, I would cry controllably. And I didn't know what I was crying for. Is it my mom? Is it my husband? Because this was catastrophic. You cry uncontrollably. And sometimes you set grief aside, and there are moments when you laugh in between. So also give yourself time to laugh in between.
Yeah.
Set grief aside and give yourself time to enjoy certain things, certain pleasures of life. You're eating good food. You know, I like good food.
Yeah.
You're with good company.
Right.
And then something triggers and you remember. It could just be a perfume I've smelled, a cologne I've smelled, a shoe I've seen in a shop, anything that could be reminding you of him, of your loved one who you've lost. And all of a sudden the tears come gushing back. So it comes in waves, you know. It's like when a woman is in labor, when you're almost giving birth, the intensity of the labor pain.
Yeah.
That's how grief happens. But then over time, I would say time does not heal. People say time does not heal. I would say time is like a tailor. It's a master in alterations. It alters.
So it alters.
Yes. So
that's a good one. But it's like a tailor.
It's like a tailor. It alters. So now you're fat, you need the clothes.
Right.
You know,
Adjusted.
So time adjusts the dimension.
Are you saying I'm fat? Are you saying I'm fat, Norah?
Or you're perfect.
Joking. You said we need to get time to laugh.
Yes,
even
of course,
in the midst of serious talk like this.
Of course. And when you laugh, some people feel guilty that, oh my God, why am I laughing? Why am I happy today? Sometimes grief allows you moments, and you can set those aside and you can laugh.
Right.
You can enjoy a good laugh. You can enjoy good moments without feeling guilty. It doesn't mean that you have lost sensitivity to
or you're grieving less.
Yes. It doesn't mean that, because it's how God has ordained it to be. So the intense waves ease up over the years. I've met many widows ever since my husband passed away, and they cry and they come to me and they said, Norah, I lost my husband yesterday and I'm devastated. Will it be like this forever? And I say, no, it will not. because over time,
Yeah.
you manage. You manage
So you've been
it.
able to help those behind you.
Yes, yes. You manage the loss. You manage the grieving process. You live with the loss, but you manage the loss. It's something akin to what one author said, and I really like his analogy. One author said that grief and loss are like, it can be compared to someone who broke his ankle. The pain doesn't quite go away, even 20 years to come, but you keep dancing with the limb. But you keep dancing. You don't stop dancing.
You dance with the
You
limb.
dance with the limb. And I loved that because
Yeah.
I feel that that's exactly what I'm going through.
So you're good, you're
Yes.
strong, and then you go through a moment.
And then you go through your moments.
And then you're good again.
And then you're good again, and you can manage. And because you're conscious that, yes, I'm living a life where I have experienced intense loss, but I'm living with it.
Yeah.
And the time comes now when you begin to honor the memories. You know, you begin to open up the album and you can smile.
Wow.
You begin to share his jokes with
Would
people
you,
that
would
loved
you,
him.
would you change anything if he was alive?
Would I change? Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
What would you have changed?
I think that I would be, of course, a lot of us go through regrets, you know. So like when my husband and my mom died, I felt so strongly, oh my God, I should have told them that I loved them every day. I should have told them that I loved them every day. I should have always been there for them because I was not always there for them. I should have called them every day. I should have kissed them every day. Yeah, I should have loved them more intensely. You see, as humans, we don't realize how finite our lives are. We don't realize how fragile we are. Because as humans, God has created us in his image. And we imagine, I'll fix it. I fix.
Mr. Fix It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And death of a loved one doesn't come to your head until it happens. Then when it happens, you become a zombie because these are not things that you think about. And you start, right? Like I journal a lot and I'm thinking, had they been alive, here's what I would have, I would have done more of this. Because we take things for
more
granted.
of loving,
Yes.
more of time.
More of time. Yes. Giving them more time. Because sometimes we get too busy doing things which are not even important. You realize that there are some things which are not even half as important.
They can be put aside or
They
thrown
can be
even.
put aside, yes.
You know why that is very, very important? So that somebody who has their people around them don't take it for granted.
Yes. And you know what else was happening to me and what else happens to me now? A widow's life, many of us as widows, and I can identify, and many other widows have said to me the same thing, that you feel very odd when you're next to couples. You feel very odd.
Tell me about it.
So some widows feel resentful, others just feel odd because you're on your own, but this couple are your friends. So the couple are being affectionate with each other. They're gazing into each other's eyes. They have joint plans that you had once with your spouse, but they're not there anymore.
So do you look at them like, sometimes does the
You feel
thought
odd.
come like...
So the thought sometimes to me comes like, I could have done better when I was a wife. I could have done better. And by the way, sometimes as widows, you also lose friends. You also lose couple friends. So couple friends who were your friends with your husband now stop communicating with you. Because you're on your own now, yes. So a widow has to understand, and there's something you said earlier, that there is a new normal that they have to embrace.
Yeah.
So that acceptance of a new normal is important.
When you're rejected like that,
yes.
does it make you...
I think one
feel
has
some
to just
type of
accept.
way? You just accept.
Yeah, you just
on.
accept. Yeah. And thankfully, because I'm also in groups where widows also share their own experiences, then I'm not shocked. It's like, it's a journey. It's a path that I should embrace.
Yeah.
To be alone. Yeah.
Wow.
You can be alone, but you're not lonely.
Yeah.
Loneliness now is a whole topic of its own.
That's a whole, no, that is like 5 Women Without Limits shows.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
So tell me, it's been 6 years.
It's a new life. Yes.
It's been 6 years.
Been 6 years.
You're young.
Am I?
You're a young girl. You're a young girl.
I'm on 5th floor.
I mean, fifth is good. You know, we're happening.
Yes.
So, would you ever think of remarrying?
That's a tough question. How God shattered my life. I'm even terrified
At the thought?
Yes. Suppose I become a widow again. Those are the thoughts that now enter my head. Will I have to go through widowhood again?
Really?
Yes. It's a scary thought.
Wow.
So I keep asking God. So people have come and asked me, oh, would you consider remarriage? And I've said, it's a thought that scares me to my wit's end. Because I will love again, and then I love so intensely, and then God decides, oh yeah, it's time for him to go. I'm like, you know what, God? I'm not giving you that chance.
Oh, no.
So that's where I still am. And I'm also at the stage where I'm telling God, because of your sovereignty, I don't even know how to ask. I'm telling God, you do what you want to do.
Let your will be done.
Let your will be done. Be it unto me
According to your will.
according to your will.
Right.
If you feel that, yes, now it's time, it's not good for a woman to be alone.
Yes.
Bring the woman the rib.
Yes.
I will be happy.
Okay.
If he says, no, Norah is fine.
Yes.
I'm happy.
You'll be
I'm
cool
content.
either way.
I'm content.
Either way.
Either way.
Whatever God wants.
Whatever God wants, either way. As I told you, my mom was a woman that was acquainted with grief. And at some point in her life, she completely surrendered. She would pray, ask God, but there was a time when she completely surrendered. And she said she had this favorite phrase in Luo, which she always said to us, Kaka bernenya sai, meaning in English, however, whatever pleases God.
Wow.
Whatever pleases God.
Kaka bernenya sai.
You're so good.
I'm
Where did
so
you learn
bilingual. I'm very good with
you
language.
said it through the correct
Yeah.
Wow. Kaka
Yeah.
however he wants, whatever pleases him. Ber means pleasing.
Yeah.
Kaka ber ne nyasai. Nyasai is God.
I know berainya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way God, what pleases God. And so we, after her death, myself, my siblings, all of us acquired that favorite phrase.
Wow.
And nowadays we say, Kaka ber ne nyasai. Whatever pleases him.
Yeah.
We will ask of him. We are receiving of him our prayers are being answered. But when the sovereignty of God decides to play, we say,
Yeah.
something else that the faithfulness of God.
Yeah.
I learned in my grief that my relationship with God was very businesslike.
Wow.
I measured God's faithfulness according to how he answered my prayers my way.
Wow.
So if God...
It was business-like.
Yes.
That is so powerful, Norah.
It was business. It was a transaction.
Yeah.
I was a good wife. I was a good mother to the best of my knowledge. I worshipped
So you
him.
sought me.
I sought God.
So, and then you're telling him you sought me accordingly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You sought me accordingly. Sini biashara.
Yeah.
I'm good to you, God.
Wow.
I'm following your ways.
I'm doing what you want me to do.
I'm following Psalm chapter 1 from beginning to end.
You better do what I want.
Yes. Then the sovereignty of God, boop, hit. And in my grief, I learned that I need, and I believe this was God teaching me, that I needed to have, he was teaching me a new way of knowing him, a new way of loving him,
Wow.
a new way of trusting him,
Wow.
a new way of walking with him.
Yeah.
And I have to say that I am today closer to God than I was before.
Because now it's real.
Because now it's
Now
real.
it's his sovereignty
Yes.
that overwhelms you.
Overwhelms me.
It's no longer business.
It's
Like we
no-
trade. I be
yes.
nice, you be nice.
Yes. It's no longer
It's
that.
God, let your will be done.
Yes, God, let your will be done. The place of surrender. And then he's taking me to the place of service, where
Wow.
he's telling me that, Norah,
Yeah.
yes, you can share your talent, but I want you to also share your troubles. And this is what we are doing. Because
Wow.
whoever's watching this
Yeah.
will hear my troubles.
Yes.
So I
and they'll
can-
be blessed. And
and
they'll
they
be
will be-
blessed.
yes.
You know, it's what we go through
Yes.
in real life,
In real life.
that encourages others to make it
Yes,
in their
yes.
own struggles.
In their own struggles.
So I believe, and this season, there's so much grief, so much
much,
grief.
too much,
Loss and
too
grief
much.
is so much.
It's too much.
And so I believe that this program will be a blessing to a lot of people who are watching us. So Norah, what's your legacy? What would you like to be your legacy?
I would like, one of the things I realize over and over again is that when someone dies, people don't remember how big their house was. People don't remember how much money they had. People don't remember how much of an icon they were in the corporate sphere. Nobody remembers that. People only remember how you touched them, how you made them feel. And I've said to myself and I've said to God, give me an opportunity to positively impact everyone that I interact with.
Wow.
And that's my mission statement. That's my mandate.
Wow.
That's what I want to live for.
Wow.
That everybody that I interact with will remember me for how I have touched them.
That's awesome.
And I can touch them financially. I can touch them spiritually. I can touch them morally. I can touch them prayerfully. Everyone that I interact with, I'm asking God, help me to positively impact on their lives.
Wow. That's the legacy.
That's the legacy I want to live.
Who is a woman without limits to you?
Reverend Kathy is a woman without limits.
Hey, that'll be me.
So I believe with the whole of my heart, and I don't think I'm alone in this, I believe that inherent in every human being, there's something that I would call a lizard or a gecko. Is it a gecko or a lizard?
Yes, a gecko. Or a lizard,
gecko, or a lizard.
But the one that goes up, is a gecko.
Yeah. So sometimes the gecko drops. Have you ever experienced?
Yes.
And it stands here on your shoulder. And that gecko tells you all the things you can't do. Anytime you start something new, the gecko talks to you or the lizard talks to you and said, you're just a woman. You know how society views women and you can't do this thing. Nobody has ever trodden this path. This is not something you can do. In this company, they don't promote women and
Don't
you know
even
that.
try.
Don't even try. Don't bother. A woman without limits is the woman that listens to the gecko and tells the gecko, I don't really care what you're saying. I'm going for it.
That's yours.
That's yours.
Yeah.
And does this
Yes.
off the shoulder.
Yeah.
A woman without limit is a woman who knows what she is about. She understands her purpose in life. She understands her God-given purpose in life. And she goes for it. A woman without limits is a woman who can feel the fear. You know how sometimes you feel the fear? The same fear you felt years ago when you were starting JCC. You're like,
Right.
oh, will anybody come?
Yeah, like how?
Yeah, how? Where's money going to come from?
Yeah.
You feel the fear, but you go for it anyway. You do it anyway. So now people from the outside are looking at you and saying, oh my God, she's so strong. But within yourself, you are the one who knows the issues you're dealing with.
Geckos.
The geckos. Exactly. That's the woman with that. It's not that she doesn't have thoughts that cause her to feel insecure sometimes, that cause her to feel inadequate sometimes. Those thoughts run through every one of us.
Absolutely. The best of us.
The best of us.
Yeah.
But guess what? She goes for it and she does
In
it.
spite.
And she takes action. That's the woman without limits.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
What more? That is, oh my goodness, that is so powerful. Norah, I'm so happy you stopped by.
Thank you.
All the way from Atlanta. And I'm coming there soon, by the way.
Please, please,
Yeah.
please. There's
I'm
a
coming.
room in my house for you. Yes.
I'm coming.
Yes.
We're going to play some
Remember
golf.
the
Remember you
window,
promised you'll start.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
Then we
Yes.
can play some golf
Yes.
and have
You
some
teach
fun.
me how to play
I'll
golf. I
teach
don't
you.
play golf. Yeah.
I'll teach you.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll teach you and then we can have some fun.
Thank you.
Thank you for passing by.
Thank you.
I love you
Appreciate-
so much. And I thank God that you have spoken about this loss and grief. Somebody's going to get blessed and get delivered and healed, even from their situations.
Amen.
I love you. God bless you. You go back well
Thank you.
and stay in touch.
Thank you. I will. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So this is Woman Without Limits. May the good Lord bless you and keep you. Remember, throw off that gecko. Do like this. Throw it off. Let it not stop you.
Yes.
You can do all things and then some.
Yes.
God bless you.